Just 6 months after their convincing 3-0 win over Pachuca in the Intercontinental Cup final, Real Madrid are set for a fiery rematch with the Mexican side, this time under the bright lights of Charlotte's Bank of America Stadium on matchday 2 of the FIFA Club World Cup. But this isn't the same confident Madrid side we saw in Qatar. Their first encounter in December 2024 saw Madrid cruise past Pachuca thanks to goals from Mbappé, Rudiger, and Vinicius Jr. Now, fast forward to June 2025, both teams are searching for their first win of the tournament after underwhelming openers. Madrid were held to a frustrating 1-1 draw by Al Hilal, while Pachuca fell 2-1 to Austria's RB Salzburg. Madrid's talisman Kylian Mbappé remains sidelined with gastroenteritis. The French superstar is recovering after being hospitalized, but Sunday's clash will come too soon. With Brazilian starlet Endrick also out, new boss Xabi Alonso has no choice but to pin his hopes on 21-year-old Gonzalo Garcia, who found the net against Al Hilal and is Madrid's only natural striker currently available. To make matters worse, Alonso's injury list reads like a who's who of Madrid's defensive wall. Mendy, Camavinga, Rudiger, Alaba, Militao, and Carvajal are all unavailable. Add Valverde's late penalty miss in the opener, and Real Madrid's recent 2-of-6 penalty conversion rate looks more concerning by the day. That draw in Miami snapped Madrid's 11-match winning streak in Club World Cup play, the longest in the tournament's history. In fact, it was the first time since the year 2000 that Real Madrid failed to win a match in this competition. Now, the pressure is on. A second stumble could put their hopes of advancing in serious jeopardy. Despite the absentees, simulations give Real Madrid a 78.3% chance of victory, thanks to their superior squad depth, even when depleted, and recent head-to-head dominance. But Pachuca will be hungry for revenge and knows this is their best shot at catching Madrid off balance. What to watch for? Can Gonzalo Garcia rise to the occasion and fill Mbappé's boots? Will Pachuca exploit Madrid's defensive gaps? Will the penalty curse continue? One thing's certain, this rematch is no formality. Real Madrid may be favorites, but Pachuca smells blood, and Charlotte could be the stage for an unexpected twist in this growing rivalry. The southern charm of Charlotte meets the global spectacle of football as Real Madrid and Pachuca lock horns in what's shaping up to be one of the most decisive and potentially dramatic group stage clashes of the 2025 FIFA Club World Cup. Bank of America Stadium, home of the NFL's Carolina Panthers, will transform into a cauldron of footballing tension and passion as Xabi Alonso's Real Madrid look to find their rhythm, and Pachuca aim to claw back from a narrow defeat to stay alive in the competition. For both sides, tonight is not just a match, it's a crossroads. After a lackluster 1-1 draw against Al Hilal in their opener, Madrid find themselves under pressure. Their historical dominance means nothing if they can't earn 3 points tonight. On the other side, Pachuca suffered a 2-1 setback against a slick RB Salzburg side, leaving them rooted to the bottom of the group. With only 3 group stage games, there is no room for a slow build-up. This tournament is unforgiving. A loss tonight could effectively eliminate Pachuca and leave Madrid needing a miracle to avoid embarrassment on American soil. Xabi Alonso's managerial debut at the helm of the biggest club in world football has not gone to script. While the second half against Al Hilal showed flashes of what this Madrid side could become, the first half was arguably one of the worst 45-minute showings in recent Club World Cup memory for Los Blancos. Alonso admitted as much in his post-match presser. Whoever thought everything would work perfectly in the first game doesn't understand football. We saw areas where we excelled and others where we absolutely must improve. Now, with only 2 games left, improvement isn't optional, it's imperative. Injury report: Mbappé out, Rudiger doubtful. The absence of Kylian Mbappé, who remains sidelined after a bout with gastroenteritis, continues to loom large. The French star has been discharged from hospital, but Real Madrid are taking no risks with his recovery. Alongside Mbappé, Eduardo Camavinga, Ferland Mendy, David Alaba, and Dani Carvajal remain out. The slight silver lining? Antonio Rudiger is back with the team but not expected to start. Alonso is likely to deploy a backline built from youth and improvisation. Up front, the burden falls again on Gonzalo Garcia, the 21-year-old Castilla graduate who scored Madrid's only goal against Al Hilal. With Endrick still unavailable, Garcia remains the lone true striker in the squad. Against Al Hilal, Alonso fielded a classic 4-3-3, but with Vinicius looking rusty and Rodrigo offering only moments of brilliance, questions are already being asked. One of the hottest debates in Madrid camp is whether Brahim Diaz should start. The Moroccan international injected urgency and creativity when he came off the bench last time, and with Mbappé out, many fans are calling for him to replace Rodrigo in the starting 11. In midfield, the trio of Tchouaméni, Valverde, and Bellingham is likely to remain unchanged. However, Alonso might consider Arda Güler or Raúl Asensio for attacking midfield duties if he chooses to switch to a diamond or 4-2-3-1. We need fresh legs, yes, but we also need leadership. I want to see who's willing to take responsibility, Alonso said cryptically when asked about potential changes. A surprising rematch, familiar foes in a new arena. It's rare for clubs from opposite sides of the world to meet twice in one season, yet that's exactly the case here. Just 6 months ago, Real Madrid dispatched Pachuca 3-0 in the final of the Intercontinental Cup, the predecessor to this revamped Club World Cup. Goals from Mbappé, Rudiger, and Vinicius sealed the win at Lusail Stadium. But don't let the scoreline fool you. That match was tense for over an hour, with Pachuca pressing high and threatening repeatedly until Madrid's superior depth eventually overwhelmed them. The Mexican side won't forget that, and neither should Alonso's squad. With Pachuca knowing a second loss ends their hopes, expect them to come out swinging. 3 key talking points ahead of kickoff. 1. Can Madrid maintain second-half form from Al Hilal game? The first 45 minutes against Al Hilal were shaky. Madrid's build-up was slow, transitions were clumsy, and players seemed unsure of positioning. But the second half was a different story, dynamic, assertive, and fast-paced. The challenge now? Replicating that energy from the first whistle. If Madrid starts slowly again, Pachuca won't hesitate to punish them. 2. Will Brahim Diaz get his chance to shine? Alonso trusted Rodrigo in the opener, but the Brazilian was inconsistent. Diaz, on the other hand, was electric off the bench, dribbling with intent, linking play, and testing defenders. With Vinicius out of form and Mbappé out of action, giving Brahim a start might be the spark this team needs. 3. A must-win game with massive stakes. With only 1 point from one game, Madrid sit behind RB Salzburg, who are on 3 points. A loss or even a draw could force them into a win-or-go-home final group match. There's no margin for error. As Alonso put it, this tournament doesn't wait for anyone. If you're not sharp, you're out. Atmosphere in Charlotte, a home game in disguise? Tonight's venue, Bank of America Stadium, is expected to host over 65,000 fans, and a massive majority are expected to be wearing white. The city has embraced Madrid's presence, and the stadium is already decorated with club banners, fan art, and vendors selling everything from churros to custom Real Madrid jerseys. The club is treating this like a pseudo-home game, and Alonso is counting on the fans to bring the heat. We feel the love in America. Now we must repay it with a win. What the numbers say. Madrid have won 11 of their last 12 Club World Cup matches, the only blemish being the recent draw. Pachuca have failed to win in their last 5 matches against European opposition. Real Madrid have missed 4 of their last 6 penalties in regulation time, not including shootouts. Without Mbappé, Madrid have scored just 3 goals in their last 4 matches. Final thoughts: pressure, pride, and possibilities. Real Madrid is a club that thrives on pressure. From packed nights at the Bernabeu to global tournaments, the badge demands success. But tonight, in humid Carolina air, surrounded by tens of thousands of fans and under the watchful eye of the footballing world, that pressure is different. This isn't a Champions League tie or a La Liga title race. It's something more unfamiliar and more dangerous. It's about adaptability, depth, grit. For Xabi Alonso, it's also about legacy. Can he prove he belongs on Madrid's bench permanently? Tonight is the perfect chance to begin that chapter. For Pachuca, this is David versus Goliath Part 2. And they're hoping the sequel plays out differently.